We can start now.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to day 10 of 21-day mindfulness journey, Mindfulness, the Journey to Greatness by Institute Wellness Group and Reiki Center of Excellence for the Science of Happiness. Now we are almost halfway to the journey, and thank you for being with us all this time. And we hope this session is useful to you. So, without any further delay, let us invite our teacher, Saamdu Chetri sir, to start the session.
Thank you, Soumya. Thank you, Anubhav. Thank you, everyone who is attending these sessions. It's a very, I'm mindful about it. And I feel it that somewhere I'm able to touch your lives. That's all I am looking forward to. But let's find our spot, comfortably sit, and just listen to this bell. Connect your body and see how you feel in your body. Put your awareness to your head and see how you feel in head, and put your awareness on your heart and see how you feel. In the meantime, just listen to the bell and do these three things quickly. I will come back to you after I have shared the screen. Welcome back, friends, to day 10. Today is August 19, 2020, a Wednesday. Today, like every day, we will follow the same process. I hope it will be shorter today than other days. Every day I go with that thought, but it becomes interesting after we get questions and people have something to ask. Anyway, so as I promise, every day I'll remind you until we finish the course that how do you need to discipline yourself. So the first important thing is, as you get up in the morning or whatever the time of your getting up is, sit on the bed, lean on the wall or the bedpost, and then feel grateful to the universe that it has granted you another 24 hours in front of you. Thank your parents who have given you life, who mean a lot to you, and for you, your friends and others who have made a difference in your life. Reflect yesterday, see what you did yesterday, and then take a resolve for today. What are you going to do today, through the day? How would you behave through the day in terms of discipline? And then think about what better things you can, elements that you can bring in today's journey. Then you sit for 6 minutes of mindful breathing in and out. Just flow with the breathing. And as you breathe in, say in. As you breathe out, say out. In, out. Keep that word, In the beginning, it might be good to even make little noise in, out, so that you are focused in the breath. Okay? And as you start to follow your breath more comfortably with ease, without thoughts appearing to you and you having to remind your thoughts, please move away. When you use these words, in, out, or calm, relaxed, or calm, composed, whatever the term you want to use, then what happens is you start to focus more into your breathing in and out, okay? So after that, of course, something that I would like to ask you, you were young, so I didn't really tell you this, but then you need to go back on your back, lie down, relax and stretch, fully. Stretch fully, twist your body, and as you lie on your back, after you have stretched fully, raise your head a little bit up from the bed, put your hands straight to the legs, raise your legs, and then make a cyclic kick. I don't know how many times you can do, 30 times, make a cycle of 30, 30. First time, next day, maybe you can make 35. You can increase that way and go up to 108 kicks. Now, each kick, when you do both the kicks, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that way, it's going to be very rejuvenating for you. And then after that, get out of your bed. You are ready for your exercise. Do your 30 minutes of sweating exercise, which towards the end of the session will do a simple that you can do on the same spot, a complete exercise actually. And then of course you have your mindful bath, as I explained to you every day. Try to feel the water flow in your body because water is nourishing you. Okay? Water, whether it's outward or inward, is nourishing you. When the water flows through your body, it's getting into the pores. So when you request the water to cleanse you, to come into you, to give you a lot of, goodness, a lot of energy, is going to help you. It's going to really bring you not only that rejuvenation, but a pure kind of cure, even. And something that because I don't have that topic on the ecology part. So as I just remember, let me remind you, if you're in a village setting nearby, and if you have a big tree, just go there and walk around the tree. Maybe 20, 25, 30, 50 minutes, If you do every day this, and when you walk back from there, you'll be rejuvenated, mind you, because tree has so much of energy. And scientifically, it has been proven how the tree reacts to human beings when you recognize that the tree, that big tree has lived, I don't know, 200, 500, 1,000, 2,000 years, depends on what kind of tree you are going around. It has seen different seasons, different climates, different things, and of course it draws energy from the universe like we do, very same. But they have found out that there are properties that it gives out to human beings to help them, transmitters for the brains to transmit things. So that chemicals enters us just being with the trees. Like an Indian scientist proved, if you go around a bull 5 times, a bull with the hum, in just going 5 times around, you increase your energy from 6 times. 6 times, just going around 5 times around that bull. So imagine that the entire nature is in us. When we tune with the nature, we get much more better rejuvenation. After that, you might want to, after your bath, you might want to sit down and have prayers with your mother, father, your parents, siblings, or before that you might want to have a cup of tea. Make it a mindful drinking. Think about where it comes from, how it comes to you, right from the ground to the cup, including the sky, the rain, the clouds. You try to see that in your imagination in the tea. Then you start your normal 8 hours of work, and then please make sure that you learn every day to deeply listen and speak with love and kindness. Okay? Spend at least 30 minutes, or if you have more time, so spend a little more time, 30 minutes for reading, 10, 15, 20 minutes for music, or 30 minutes for each. Try to manage your time. And then of course, you have your dinner together, again, mindful eating. Think about the nourishing fact, the hard work of the farmer, the energy given by the earth, the sun, the moon, the rain, the wind, everybody. Think about it. And people who have prepared the food for you, thank everyone in your mind. As you chew, you would have chewed 27 times very quietly. Then of course, After you finish your eating, you get together again and sit down for mindful meditation again. Doesn't need to be too long. If you have time, go for it. If you don't, at least 12 minutes, sit around, do a peaceful meditation, use verses, in the family. Breathing in, one can lead, you can say, breathing in, calm, breathing out, composed. So everyone repeats. After a few minutes, or just after 30 seconds, you remind. If your mind is floating away, remind your mind to come back and breathe in and out. Feel calm and composed. Whatever verses you have picked for the day, you can start. One of you need to guide. So continue that. After your meditation is over, then do a sharing. Sharing from the heart. Make that rule in the family, no criticism, no assessment, no evaluation, no judgment. You just listen to one another. When one finishes, the other talks. And likewise, you take the entire turn with everyone speaking. So everyone is listening. And when someone is talking, everyone is listening. That's all you need to do. And you can reflect what has different people talked differently later on, not necessarily there. Okay? So then you have your noble silence after that. Be quiet in your mind and be quiet with your systems around. And when you're on the bed, please remember to scan your body. Touch your body with your mind from toe to head. But with every part that you touch, just attribute what that part is good for and say thank you to that part. And then say, my eyes are getting heavier. I'm falling asleep. And go to the next part. Again, after you attribute that, again say, my eyes are getting heavier. I am falling asleep. Continue doing that. And it will not take long for you to sleep. But try practicing touching all parts of your body because it helps you rejuvenate. It helps you, the chemicals in your brains would, as a neurotransmitter would go to all parts of the body to help you understand your body better. If you have pain or uneasiness somewhere, you immediately relax because of the recognition that you take. Okay? So the intention, why do we take intention? Simply because if we take an intention on something, then we give our attention to it. That's the only reason. Today and every day, I'll make full efforts to create and maintain relationship. So on such a day, you could promise yourself that today I will not say one bad word. From morning till evening, I'll keep smiling. Whoever says anything, I will not connect and get frustrated or angry, but I will just smile. All right? So we need to learn to live in abundance. So in fact, we live in abundance, but we always have the mind of scarcity in us because everything is in abundance for us, everything. And when you start to nourish yourself that I have abundance, the abundance will come to you. But if you are in the thought of scarcity, then of course it will never come to you. So you need to imagine that one day you'll have a beautiful house by the seashore or on the top of a mountain with beautiful garden, with people to work for you. You need to imagine. And this imagination provides you abundance. And one day, I promise you, you will be in that imagination in physicality, in reality. It is proven over again and over again. I have my own life experience, which I could share, but we don't have the time. When you start to imagine and believe in yourself, then things arise to you, they come to you in abundance always. So, effective long-term relationship requires mutual respect and mutual benefit we need to think of. So mutual respect is whoever it is, doesn't matter, a shoe polisher on the street, you need to look at him with your equality because he's a human being with all the same elements of the globe. Like you may have watched one of the shoe polishers came up, was a great artist, a painter, and he was in one of the singing competition, like my wife was telling me. And he was, I mean, the judges were astonished. You see, so there's no barrier for anyone. We need to learn to create mutual respect for one another, because in there is where we can build on our emotional bank account. When you begin to be humble and respect anyone, when you come to IIT, if you respect the cooks with loving words, if you speak to them, they will be your friends. Like I remember back in my school days in the boarding school, I used to call the cooks as my uncles with love all the time. And you'll not believe how much they gave me their love. They probably hid some of the good things for me to just give it to me. So they always asked me to come at the end. They kept the plate, they washed for me, they did everything for me. So it's all how you, oh, by the way, Munna Bhai, have you seen that hugging Sanjay Dutt? You see, everything changes in the world when you learn to respect others. Of course, you need to respect yourself first before you respect others. And then, of course, you need to think all the time about mutual benefit. You need to think, if I did this, will I also be benefited? Will the other person be benefited? When you're working in groups, when you're working together, you need to really arise this thought. Ki bhai, is it going to benefit the other person? Never try to take a win situation and lose for somebody. Always try to go for, if I want something, let that guy also win. Unless it is a sports, a game where you have to win. Otherwise, in abundance, there is nothing so-called win and lose, or lose-lose, or lose-win. You have to create a win-win situation all the time. It's very important. You need to balance your courage and consideration all the time. What does that mean? When you have high consideration and low courage, then you give away to others. When you have high consideration and low courage, you give away to others. You kind of say, chalo theek hai, le jaane do, karne do. That's how you'll react. If you have low consideration and very high courage, you will win the other guy. Okay? And if you have low consideration and low courage, you will lose and you will let the other person lose too. So it is in the balance of your courage and consideration that you can create a mutual benefit for one another. So all the time, try to seek mutual benefit. For example, in IIT or any schools or colleges, there is no system of a win-win system. There's always a win-lose system, because you cannot create a system that is win-win. Probably a time will come when this also can be created. Because if you look into the rules and regulation, certain marks will make you the first or second or very high in your, in your academics and so forth. But it doesn't measure what you are as a person. Academics only measures you how much you have scored, not who you are. So there is no win-win match in this. Anyway, create benefit for both all the time. Whatever you're doing as groups, as individuals at home, whatever you create as a benefit for everyone. Now, if we do this practice, what happens? We tend to solve our problems very fast. We also involve in the team better, and we also rise our spirit of generosity, and we have rich relationship. If you remember, one of the talks we had was love as the foundation, and rich, R for relationship, I for integrity, C for compassion, and H for humanity. So the rich actually builds a trust which can never be broken. If you live on love, live on values every day with 4 pillars, the trust, the roof of the trust will automatically cover you. Okay? So try to avoid the thought of scarcity. If you do that, abundance, like I said, will come to you. We destroy our relationship by not sharing. मैं थोड़ा दे दूं तो मेरे पास कम हो जाएगा. That's how we think. देखिए एक बार. The amount of happiness you will get is so much. दीजिए. And then what happens when you give? More will come to you. It is a universal law. It can, you feel it, you have it, it happens. So try this. There's plenty of options for us. So why should we feel scared in this? Why should we live in the scarcity? We have a lot of opportunities. There are nature's wonders, the plenty of sun, the rain, the air. Now it's very clean. With the COVID-19, with the lockdown, nature has rejuvenated. Nature is in its one of the best times, So there's so much of wonder, pretty birds flying around, the setting sun, like you can watch in this picture. There's a beautiful setting sun, the colors thrown onto the sky. These are all in abundance. What is luxury? Luxury is not good for our human body, because when you are luxurious, we stop using our 4 limbs. And when we stop using our 4 limbs, we fall victims to living diseases. So by the making itself, we cannot think of becoming too luxurious in our living style. We need there are certain necessities so that we don't suffer. But there is no absolute thing that we need to, be totally in the ambient of the luxury. You can pluck some beautiful flowers from outside and put it in a vase and put it in front of your working desk. You are in luxury. See, that's the perception. Everything is in perception. Celebrate other success and not be threatened by their success. So keep this as an affirmation or as a resolve. I will celebrate others' success and I will not be threatened by their success. So when you celebrate others' success, you are not binding yourself with thoughts that actually will pull you down. You actually will become more successful because you recognize someone. It's giving. When you give, you get. The other belief that you need to carry is, I believe everyone deserves the same respect. Like I just spoke about Sanjay Dutt hugging a sweeper. I don't know, in IIT Kharagpur, have you ever shaken hands with a sweeper on the street? I don't think so. I have tried doing, but they run away. They don't come. And now some of them, they come running and touch my feet. I tell them, don't do that. That's stupid. I'm like you. In this COVID time, we did not have people to come and clean our garage down there and our common room down there. The wind would bring all the dirt and dust and so hopeless. And I took the brooms and started sweeping. Not a flatmate, but a building mate looked at me and got shocked, really shocked. He said, do you really have to do this? Why are you doing this? And I just told him that I love doing this manual work. So it's all in our minds. Who we are, what we are, is in our minds, not in what people see, look at you, or see you as. The more I serve and give to others, the more comes to me. This is the universal fact. Try this and see for yourself. It will always come back to you. I'll always plant whatever I go a seed of sharing. So try to share all the time. And in sharing is, again, like I said, when you share, you get. So there's abundance all the time, my friends. Please learn some of this and you'll see the happiness rides you, will become a part of you. So today we'll do a meditation. Sorry, that's a wrong one. But it is a meditation on how we can really take our courage and understanding and see how we can change our perspective of thinking if we just calm our mind down. Okay, I'll have to correct this slide, but let's go. Let's sit comfortably and try to as you listen to the bell, sit comfortably with your eyes drooped or closed, your back straight, chin slightly tucked in, without any stress on your neck, legs grounded if you're sitting on a chair, or knees touching the floor if you're sitting on a high cushion, tongue lightly touching the upper palate, teeth not biting, lips closed, shoulders relaxed, and just keep watching your breath. Feel the energy entering from the center of your palms if you have them open upwards. Let us take 3 deep breaths in and out. Begin. 3, 2, 1, go. Please feel calm and relaxed and take your awareness to your feet. Feel the soles of your feet. Wriggle your toes. Feel the ankles, calf muscles, thighs, and ask the entire 2 legs to soften and relax. Thank them for carrying you to the places of need and love since you started to walk on them. Straighten your lower back and upper back and relax your shoulders. Feel the hands on your lap and ask them to soften and relax, and thank them for enabling you to carry, touch, feel, receive, embrace, write, and so on. Move your awareness to your neck, gently move it to find the right position for it and relax the neck. Move your tongue in the mouth and slide your jaws left to right and feel relaxed. Take your thoughts and focus to your head and see if the mind is judging or distracted, or on your head you have a frown, maybe. Just pause there, recognize whatever it is doing, and realize by asking the mind to be still, clear, calm, and peaceful. Now take your awareness to your heart and see what the heart is doing. Pause, recognize if there are any agitation or negative feelings that's being held there. Be aware and realize it. Let it go and relax. Arise love, joy, and peace that has no boundary and expectation, but is pure, humble, inclusive, and profound. Please bring your body, mind, and speech in perfect oneness and imagine your loved ones. Send them your heart along with the wishes, wishing them acceptance, truth, love, joy, and peace. May they be awakened from forgetfulness and transcend the path of worry, anxiety, and sorrow, or unwholesome memories. Just focus in your breathing in and out as you listen to me. Imagine on a rainy day you were traveling back home from an errand which was 300 kilometers away. You had gone there to help as a relief worker for the victims of flood. It was already getting late on the road. After driving 270 kilometers, which is 30 kilometers away from your destination, you pass a bus stop. In the bus stop was a sick lady who needed an immediate help. You also noticed a figure which was your friend who had saved your life once, was frantically pacing the bus stop. You also noticed a beautiful, pretty girl waiting calmly for the bus. You drive past without stopping, and about 200 meters away, you stop the car, as you were also in high speed. Now you begin to think, how can you help them? You have only one seat. All other seats are removed for the relief work. The only seat is also packed with things which of course can be kept at the back of the car. If you gave lift to the old lady, which one you should do for the humanity's sake? You are going to let your friend down who saved your life and who seems to be in a rush. Giving a lift to the beautiful girl was not at all the option. You thought deeply about the last 9 days, practicing and realizing that you need to take care of all of them, that you needed to take care of all of them. But how? You thought of living in love as the foundation with reach as its pillars. Listen deeply with your calling because the girl was your own fancy. You evaluated your choice and realized giving lift to one was defeating the universal truth, and concluded even if you were as tired as them or even more, an idea flashed in your mind. Two can go in this car. It need not necessarily be me as the second person. Suddenly he felt that the sun was shining on him. It was building a deep and lasting relationship by letting his friend drive the sick lady to the hospital, and he would also be home because he seemed worried. You reversed the car and stopped at the bus stop. Your friend was delighted to see you and immediately realized that there was only one seat and that you were going to give lift to the old woman. Suddenly, you told the friend, you take charge of the wheels and drive the woman to the hospital. You told the friend to keep the car key at his house and told him that you will collect the car tomorrow. The friend was delighted. His wife was suddenly in labor pain and he needed to reach home, and the bus was stuck far away, somewhere in the heavy rain. It wasn't sure when it would come. You hugged your fiancée and she was happy to be with you like you. You both spent a good 2 hours there until the bus came and you left for home. Just see, by thinking a bit more creatively, one can solve everything and build deep and lasting relationship. It is to do with your consideration and courage. This story gives us a very happy ending for all of them involved. Please bring back your awareness to your body. Take deep and slow breaths. Open your eyes halfway. Rub your hands. Massage your legs. And gently, completely open your eyes. Thank you. Now we go to our last slide. And here is my wish. May all the auspiciousness come to you in abundance so that you and your family are always in joy and peace, in complete harmony and happiness. May you be well and happy. May you be free from fear and any danger. May you bring happiness to the lives you touch. May you bring unconditional love to others and be loved and cared for. So let's sing our happiness song. 3, 2, 1, go. Happiness is here and now. I have dropped my worries. Nowhere to go, nothing to do. And I'm not in a hurry. Happiness is here and now. I have dropped my worries. Somewhere to go, something to do. But I'm not in a hurry. Thank you. All my blessing to you, my dear friends. Thank you for listening to me.
Thank you, sir. So today we have one question as of now. Sauvik Mandal asks, Sir, sometimes in some situations I become very agitated and angry. What should I do in these situations to prevent any outburst?
You know, when such a situation arises, you need to remind yourself. The most important thing is to be aware that I have a situation. You need to immediately remind yourself instead of continuing what is happening in that time, in that moment. The only way is to remind yourself, I'm getting jittery, I'm getting angry. Change my position or take few deep breaths in and it's gone. So the whole practice is here, that of awareness, of mindfulness. You need to be mindful. Any thoughts that arise because of somebody's reaction, you are punishing yourself because of someone's mistake, or someone is doing something and you're punishing yourself. So anger and this kind of problems arise because you're punishing yourself for the mistakes of others. So when you are aware that this is arising, then you can halt it there just by taking deep breaths, 3 deep in and out breaths. Stop, gone. Or just change the situation or change your thinking. Okay?
Thank you, sir.
Was that just one? What was
Yes,
the
sir.
question?
Today's question was, yes, sir, controlling situations when one gets agitated and angry.
Agitated and angry. So controlling situation is only by that. When you are in that situation, you need to be aware, I'm in this situation. And then you need to take a deep breath or change your circumstances or your thinking process. It's a practice. You start practicing and it will work. It will work. I guarantee you it will work.
Yes. Thank you, sir. And yes, one more question from Ranjan. Sir, how do we convince ourselves to practice discipline?
This is a good question. You see, with discipline, you become a greater human being. You become, would you not like to be loved, Ranjan, by everybody? Everybody says, wow, look at Ranjan, such a wonderful man, such a wonderful boy. Everyone has so much of high appreciation for you. How will that come to you? It can only come to you when you're disciplined, when you're a disciplined person. Through this mindfulness journey, when you're disciplined, when you become humble, everyone will respect you, no matter what. We have this problem of thinking, oh, if I don't answer that guy will think, oh, I have lost. He's defeated. That's also a perception, our perception. It might be true that he thinks, the other person, but you don't need to think. If you're right, you're right. He's not going to take your right from your mind out. So it's a question of perception again.
Thank you, sir. Savik and Ranjan have thank you, sir. And next question is from Priyanka. So Priyanka asks, thank you, sir, for the wonderful session. My question is, can we cure a disease with a placebo effect, affirmation, and visualization alongside with taking medicine?
Yes, 100%. Especially through visualization, you can cure. I have many examples. Let me give you one example. A lady in Boston, actually this was a study done by Mind and Life Institute, a distant friend of mine, a second generation neuroscientist, a lady, who has done 12 years of research on brains of a monk called Rika Matthew. The same lady, her name is Tanya Singer. She told us a story when she came to Bhutan, that there was a lady with a tumor growing in her brain. And quickly the scientists decided in that Life and Mind Institute something like 25 scientists work, and they've been doing a work over now 25 years already. So when she knew that great scientists, neuroscientists are in this area, in this Life and Mind Institute, she went to them and they played a trick on her by saying, you visualize. They scanned her tumor and showed her where the tumor was and all that. And what they said is, we have cured very easily this tumor. We don't have to operate. We have cured just through some work. And that is, you take this medicine, and it was hoax. That medicine wasn't a true medicine. It was some pills they prepared. So you take this medicine, but as often as you can, at least minimum 3 times a day, you sit down as long as you can, imagine in your mind, you see now the photo where your tumor is, imagine in your mind and start thinking that your tumor is reducing, reducing, reducing. Continue doing that. And they started to check her every month, and the tumor was reducing, reducing, reducing. In 3 months, tumor had almost gone. And so what they did was they told her the truth. They said, this medicine is not, it's just a placebo, for a placebo effect, And she got so much fear that the tumor started to grow back again. And in 9 months, it had to be operated. So look at the power of mind meditation, visualization. It's very powerful. You can cure. I have, in one of the videos, by chance, somebody forwarded to me. I don't remember what was that video about, but it was from Sadhguru. And in there, he says that in 16 hours, he cured his left or right, I'm not sure which one, fractured ankle. In 16 hours. So the possibilities is in abundance for us. Everything is possible only if we don't limit our minds. Everything is possible. We do not know how our system is nurtured within and outside, but we need to be open to the abundance. And it is possible if you're taking medicine, if you visualize your problem, that is getting all right, getting all right, getting all right, you'll be okay. And this getting all right, you can form it as a self-affirmation, okay? You can use it as a self-affirmation. So every day you can say, for these 20 days, next 20 days, you can say, you can have an intention, every day I will meditate on my problem. That's your intention. And the self-affirmation would be that I am getting cured from this disease. I am cured. That's the self-affirmation you need to have. I'm cured. I'm perfectly okay. I'm cured. I'm perfectly okay. And that intention, you use it for your visualization practice. And I tell you, it'll work. It'll help you a lot. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. I think we don't have any more questions today, so we can conclude today's session. Thank you, viewers, for joining us, and we hope you stay with us for the next days. Thank you, sir, for the very insightful messages.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Have a good evening, and may the universe bless you with all your desires and inspirations of life. Thank you.